There we go. Oh, honey, they're playing that song. It's Tiffany.
Hmm.
But it's not true. We're not alone. I blame you. You're the only possible reason this would come up on my Spotify.
Why is it my fault?
Because I never knew this song.
Really?
Really, really.
I'm pretty sure you've introduced more songs to me than I've done to you.
Well, that's because music was like really my thing for years and years. Like, just more than television, music was always big focus in my life.
No, it's because I don't necessarily play my music for you just to drive you insane.
Yeah, but for me, a lot of the music like tells a story or was a significant part of my life that I have to like share that with you because it's awesome. And of course, there is the occasional, you know, make you hear an earworm, but mostly it's nice.
Occasional. Hmm.
I think we're alone now. Can't be anyone around. Cool. We've got the little chat in my ear and the bot responded. So yes, we are good. I was getting a little nervous there. It was starting to take a little while for the bot to respond. Like, oh, come on. Don't fail me now.
Singapore's got two first.
Yay. I just noticed that my sound cancellation stuff is so good that my little clickety cupcake friend here, I can click it to where it's like knocking on the table loud and everything, and my mic doesn't pick it up at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let it all come out. This time I'm gonna stand up and shout. I'm gonna do things my way. It's my way or the highway.
5-2.
You're doing the home team first?
Yes. No. Well,
Okay.
why is it home team? There's no home team.
Because Singapore's my home.
Oh, yes. our team.
Okay. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today we are going to do some really big stuff here on this bag that I have started. Now, I've only just gotten it kind of attached to each of the pieces. And we started down here a little bit. You can see like we got a little bit more added in. But we're going to actually do something really kind of incredible here. So hopefully Sylvie's around. Where's Sylvie? I don't want her to miss this part.
She does not seem to be around at the moment. Oh, there she is.
There she is. Okay. So Sylvie, I wanted you to especially see this because you kind of missed it the last time we were doing this. So I have this really wide bit that we've gotten so far, and it's just, I showed you how we joined all that together. Now I'm going to turn it around backwards and bring it up underneath this little board that I have created. I'm going to use a clip to clamp the right side. And then I'm going to put a clamp the left side. And that brings up too high. Hang on. Let's lower this down a little bit. So I'm clamping both sides together. So that way we have now turning it into a cylinder. And at this point, I can take these two strings, and I have to be kind of careful when I do this because I don't want it to end up sloppy. So I bring this in really nice and tight. And there we go. And now it's technically a cylinder. It's joined barely. We got to work to get it joined better. But that's the big thing in when making a bag is getting the two sides to come around. And it's no different from how I joined all the other little pieces together, except for the fact that I had to turn the thing over in order to make this work out. Okay. There we go. Now, come over here to where we've got the longer row. And we can start bringing down all of the ones that are diagonal coming this way. So Sylvia, I got some good news for you. You were saying that it's hot there. We have a Chinese calendar that tells you all kinds of other silly, interesting things. And a couple days ago, we passed the halfway point of summer. I didn't hit the button. There's my lovely wife, Mandy.
Oh, you forgot about me?
I didn't get you connected in there. I don't know what happened. So we are halfway through summer. So I know it tends to get warmer on the second half of summer, which isn't great, but you've gotten through half of it. So, you know, that's sort of a step in the right direction, I think.
Pen 5.
All right. So the real thing here, I have to be cautious about my tension because everything's still a little bit wobbly, and you could really kind of get a sloppy look if you're not careful with it when it's like this. Have to use a bit of caution. I'm pretty excited about this bag. So it turns out this bag is um, larger than the last one we did by like 2 bracelet lengths. So that means the other one was 144 and this is 168 number of strings. I thought we were making the same size, and immediately when I put the other insert, the one that we used last time, the piece that goes kind of behind here, as soon as I put it in there, I could see like 2 bracelet difference. I'm like, oh man, this was meant to be the same size as it. I'm not trying to have too many different variants in the shop. Although I suppose it's okay. I suppose it's a good thing to have something a little bit different, but I wanted the design to be the deciding factor, not the size. Hello, hello. It's full fire? That's nice. Fun. So yeah, now that this is joined, it'll be so now this is joined. We have to like just get it kind of shored up with stuff. Let them do the chatting here, I guess, for a sec. Oh wow. I'm originally from US. I'm originally from the Detroit area. Michigan. There is another Detroit. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. There is another Detroit, but it's smaller and almost nobody refers to it as just Detroit. They're like Detroit, whatever state it is. Yeah, I think that's at first, indeed. It's got to be crazy early in the morning. Is this a late night or a very, very early morning? Eight a.m.? That's not as bad as I thought. Still, not an hour I'd want to be up at, but
Not on a Saturday.
unless there's cartoons. Once upon a time, I'd be up like clockwork. My sugary cereals. And my Count Chocula. No, ATLA. What does ATLA stand for? I'm assuming that's a standing for something.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, no. I didn't see whatever the last one was. Ah,
I did.
The trailer I'm most excited for is the Wile E. Coyote one, where he's gonna take on Acme, and Acme's evil. That and the new Spider-Man. Yeah, the Wile E. Coyote taking on Acme for having faulty products. It's got John Cena in it. It's just going to be so good. It's probably this generation's Who Framed Roger Rabbit, with because you're going to have the cartoons with live people like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So it's just going to be epic. Okay, so now I got to shift this because we got a lot of stuff going the other direction. So yeah, we have a lot of going to the right from this point here coming back. So again, we're trying to get this big row on. It should help get things sort of anchored in. Not as much as we really need to add a few inches on before it stops being this kind of floppiness. Oh, do we have a vertical stream out of curiosity?
Second. We do not.
It was worth a try. We do?
Do not.
Sylvie says there was. Yeah, so there's no, there's two different streams. One that is the horizontal, the regular full screen look, and then there's another one that is like made for cell phones that are turned like upright, like a regular cell phone. And I'm supposed to be, according to the settings, dual streaming. So one is horizontal and one is vertical. And since they came out with it, I cannot get the vertical one to work. There you go. That's okay. Just startled me when you said it was working. I was about to be really excited because the vertical streams are typically people scrolling by, and it can be really a good way for like new people to discover the channel. Two, three, four, five.
Right on the desk. Jamaica put in and gets the win 22-20.
Oh no.
We were leading all the way.
Until the end.
Yeah.
That sucks. I wish there was a way I could hold the tops, you know, in here a little bit better. So of course, we're trying to root for our country to win the little stuff, which they didn't. There's just a ton of string at my lap here, kind of off the camera. What you can't see is just this massive amount of string. Project like this, just so much string. And mind you, this is like a small project by my standards. So it's still like when I think of like me back when I first got started into this craft, and how poor I was at the time, I would never have imagined having like this much string in a single project, let alone like kind of not flinching about it. There was a once upon a time I was going down to the plasma center where you donate blood. Well, technically you're donating your plasma, and using that money to buy embroidery floss, and then trying to sell those bracelets to pay for my regular everyday other stuff, whatever it was, cigarettes and maybe beer. Yeah, that was a whole different era in my life. So when everything's a little bit sloppy like this, you might wonder like, how can I kind of keep the knots kind of consistent, make it so it's not getting distorted out of shape? And one of the big key things is the string that's not moving, like the pink one here in my hand is moving, the green one is not, is holding us down to the board So that way I'm not like raised up here, like really high up above. I want to be down by the board, and doing that consistently will help assure that I get consistent knots. Yeah, it won't take too much longer for this to settle down and start to tighten up. But mind you, this is bigger than the last one, so the getting as far around on each of the streams is going to be maybe not quite as much because there's like 2 full bracelet sizes more. I've been doing a lot of bracelets recently where I'm working with single strands, trying to make up some skinnier bracelets and stuff for people because that sold really well at the art fair. So being back to the strings that are doubled up like this feels really good. It's been kind of missing that feel. Oh, I should show you the bracelet I've just finished. Turned out really super cool. Let me at least finish this segment area that I'm working on, and then I'll locate it. Oh, and a cool thing that happened this week. So, like I said, I'm from the Detroit area. There is a store here that's called MLB, which is Major League Baseball. And primarily the stuff that they sell is either the New York Yankees or LA, whatever. I don't know, Los Angeles Angels? I don't know what their baseball team is. I'm from the East Side. But never have anything from Detroit, which is really a bummer for me because I kind of like the idea of if I'm going to wear a hat like that, having it have the D for Detroit, and representing where I'm from kind of makes sense. Plus, like Detroit Tigers are pretty cool. So this week, while I was on my day off and day out, I went and I found a new Major League Baseball store that I haven't been to before. And they had a Detroit hat. And I was like blown away by this idea that like I could get one. And Mandy said, yeah, go ahead, get it. She knows I've been looking at those shops for like ever. And they had the ability to customize it. You could put your name on the side of the hat. And I was like, what? Like at first I was like, nah, I don't need it. It's Detroit. That says everything I wanted to say. But then I'm like, I'm never going to get the opportunity to stitch my name onto this hat again. Like this is you get the option while you're buying it. And so like I got really kind of excited about that. And it was like, is it worth $10 to put my name on this hat that I want to have this say that, yeah, I'm from Detroit. And I like decided like, for $10, it's worth it because Like if I was going to try to stitch it by hand, it would be a nightmare. And, I can't get the nice font or whatever, like if I'm trying to stitch by hand. So I opted for it. I'll show you that here in a second too. Okay, so we got to the end here. But there's a little diamond that goes inside of that. There's the diamond. Oh, I like that. So here's my Detroit hat. So I got the big D in it. And then there's my customization, getting my name put on there. I couldn't be happier. And the other side says Detroit, which is very cool. I love the font that they chose for it. It's cool. Like the fact it's in cursive, the fact that it kind of goes up on an angle. I have that same D tattooed on my arm, but having my name there is really neat. And the bracelet I just made, little teeny tiny knots. The pattern was part of that. I was testing to make sure that my template would be able to have a string that's long enough. And when I found out that it could, I decided to double the pattern and make something really cool. So like there's a single version of it. This one, and this is the double. I am saying things. So yeah, these are the last couple bracelets I made. I made a skinny version. I made a double wide of it, and single stranded, little teeny tiny knots. Glad they're done. I'm going to be making a bunch more thin ones, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff going in different directions here. Until things get really kind of fitted out or whatever. It's a little bit of a guessing game for me to kind of get this pattern right. So this one comes all the way up. We're in a little spot here that's going to be changing its directions really rapid. Kind of a neat, whatever. So this is a down next to a right. So now I've got to bring the string going the other direction. So that color is going to join with the one from the other side. So this one just goes to that dark red. So this is going to get pretty intense here. There's only 3 colors going through each of these rows, so the change-ups will happen more frequently. The last one we had 6 colors, so. This is cool. The only thing about this that I'm a little bit curious about is because we did it all loops across the top, when it cinches shut, like what is the best way to do that to where the phone can't fall out, that's the most secure. And it doesn't, like, if the person's wearing it crossbody, that it doesn't get spun around and, try to cut off the blood flow or something, whatever, because, it won't like swivel or anything. Mind you, the strap we're doing for it is extra long, so that's going to be helpful. Maybe it can be long enough to have 2 of the strands going up over your shoulder or over your neck. I definitely like the fact that we went pretty random with how the segments are here. There is a lot of stuff going on, though. Kind of makes it a little bit confusing as we get started here, but I'm sure it's going to sort itself out eventually. We're getting a lot of people that are stopping in for a few moments and then disappearing. It's quite possible because I'm not talking enough, but I don't know what to really say. So this green just makes a tiny diamond. And then we can, I think we're going to have to shift it. Well, I don't know. Concentrate on one thing at a time. Make the little diamond here. Yeah, this random part, this is definitely cool. Definitely very different. After this row, I definitely have to shift it. I can't quite see where the other one's going because the clip. We're just over the halfway point because over here we're longer than over here. Yeah, well, we just a little row. Start over here.
Here come the girls.
Yay. Mandy's got family actually competing in the Commonwealth Games. Pretty cool, if you ask me. It'll just so much string. It'll be a while, few weeks before the length of the strings aren't giving me a bit of a hard time here. I have to be careful not to roll forward in my chair because I could roll onto the strings, and I've gotten them tangled in the wheels before, and that's no fun. Yeah, I haven't done this yet, but it's something I have to watch for. Now I filled in that one little area. Now I got to come down here. And fill in over here. Now I have to jump again because the row starts way down here. Yeah, let me see if I can shift the camera over a bit. I figure there's this little tiny segment over here. So I get this out of the way first, and then I can fill in the rest of this. It's kind of doesn't matter which one went first, but since this other area is smaller, it just kind of made sense to me to just knock it out. There we go. So now there's just a red diamond in the middle of this. It's the darkest color. So one of the things in designing this was there's so many different ways I could have done the strings. And the way I did this is the dark green goes down to the light green. So dark, medium, light. And then I could have done the red any which way, but I made it dark, medium, light. So the lightest green has this really strong contrast because it's right up next to the lightest green. And then the lightest red or the pink color comes up against the darkest green, which is kind of a cool way of making the contrast like even more predominant. If you want to tone it down, you would go dark, medium, light, and then light, medium, dark. So then the two lights would be together and the two darks would be together, which gives it a whole different vibe. Like seriously, it's completely different. Okay. So now we have a bunch going to the left. Trying to get the bracelet straightened up. We're at the nearly the end of this very, very flimsy area. I don't know if you noticed, I actually even got videos done today that were just put up. So there's a couple new ones that members can check out, and yeah, a couple good ones. Kind of, kind of stoked about the whole, getting ahead on the videos, and we're like about a month ahead. I'm thinking tomorrow I might use that as a chance to just play video games and relax a bit. I have a hard time relaxing, so it's kind of nice that maybe I can do it a little bit tomorrow. And I can always pick up the string if I feel so inclined, but yeah, cool. Yeah, the next bracelet I make is going to be a cool one. It's a double wide. I could just do the little 3-row going around, but the way that this is changing up so kind of crazy, maybe I can do the 3 and a 5 together. So this is the 3 going off to the left, and then it's going to change direction on this pink. Dark green in the middle. And then, so that was like the short row, and now this is the longer one. It'll take longer to get around, but it'll have accomplished a lot more. So I guess I am kind of moving pretty quick at this overall. Part of it's just a pattern that I like. I haven't tied any knots yet today, so it's sort of a getting in my zone.
Go, Amanda.
He's up.
Yep. On the vault.
Which on the vault? That's the one you run at and then
Yep.
spring bounce and fly, and then
Yep.
try to stick the landing. Cool. Did you let Uncle Peter know it's on right now?
You know.
Okay. Once I finish this little area, I'll have to take it off and give it a
Emma.
spin. So I don't think the red over here will ever join up with the red over here. I think it's always separated. I kind of like when they join up, but because we went random, it's going to do what it does. So we'll see. But by the looks of it right now, it doesn't. I don't think they actually connect. So they'll run sort of parallel. Yeah. It's just fun things that happen with a pattern like this. Like it's obvious these two are going to join and these two are going to join. But this here won't.
Holly and Tim on TV.
Oh, cool. Paula is your cousin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always terrible at like how people are related to each other. So now unclip it, give it a spin, and find a new area to work on. It's kind of awesome though. It's starting to get more solid. I love it. Let's give it a spin. Chance for anybody who's just tuning in to see what we're working on. There. How are the girls doing?
Good. Next rotation is uneven bars.
Do they even do those?
Yep.
So do the girls look like they're going to qualify?
Waiting for their next rotation.
They have to qualify in everything in order to be it, or
Right now it's the qualification for the final, the team finals. Sorry. Well, I guess now is the team finals. So the total team score, but at the same time, it'll be qualification for the individual all around. So yeah, they're doing all four. Well, each team has to do all four.
it's just like all over the place here. So this little area I'm working on is a bit bizarre because the middle of it is an up, and then we have a right on the left hand side and a left on the right hand side, and so it's making the zigzag really, really close to each other. It's a really unusual combination. Again, I put these together random. I was throwing dice, and it's just interesting to see like how it comes together at times. Almost done with this area. We'll have to rotate it again. All right, let's rotate this bad boy. Still a long way from half. But it's coming together. We've got a nice big chunk over here where it comes down. Yeah, it's really coming together. We're coming up on 5 hours worth of knotting on this project. So yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. Um, 3 hours last week, and we're coming up on midnight now. So 10 to midnight's 2 hours. So 5 hours. That's how I did the math. This is another segment that won't cross each other because you have these two rights next to each other. So they won't, it'll just run parallel the whole time. No, I haven't seen that one. Like a alpha pattern or out of something else? I think Sylvia, I think you're lagging a bit. Cool. Oh, wow.
Amanda on uneven bars. Clean.
What's that?
Clean.
Clean, as in she did good?
Yep.
Cool. Oh, I wonder if there's something. I have a thing to screen against certain words or whatever. I wonder if that also catches URLs. Um, Give me a moment to think about that. I was thinking you could share it in Discord, but I don't know where to share it at to be like the right category. Have this little bit over here in the corner. I should be able to find it.
2 hours later.
On the friendship bracelet one, I pretty much go through there a lot. Right.
Emma's turn.
I like the keychain that looks like the warning thing to let you know that the floor is wet. That's probably one of my favorites. It's over there. I don't see the dragon thing yet. Oh, I see it. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I was kind of curious as well. I think they did it sort of like an alpha, and it might be string that's like that you can melt, like a synthetic string. That's how they get the hole where you're supposed to put your hand when you're like setting it up. Yeah, so the toothless thing is fun. I like how they built out the shapes for it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's I can kind of picture how from like how I add strings on doing something along that line. But yeah, it's a pretty cool calculative move. All right. And like another hour to go here, but I need to take a quick pause. A pause for the cause, as I tend to say. All right, I'll be right back. All right, there we go. I am back.
Singapore's moving to Beam
Ooh-wee.
next, and the story is all about Amanda and what she did last year.
Right. That might be kind of cool. I check that out. Wait, is this the second week or the third week? Did I actually do all the ends and join them in 1 week?
Yes.
Or just
Yes, you did.
like, because if anything, it would be like, instead of this being 5 hours, it would make it more like 8. But Mandy's saying we made the ends and joined them. I don't know. I think it's in the description for the video.
Yes, because the week before that we were at the craft fair.
Okay. I got a feeling that we can make it all the way around this thing. And if we do, it might actually look cool for a post. Okay. I'm happy. I'm feeling glad. We got sunshine in the bag. I'm still along the future. Happy. So we're almost got this long row done. Happy on the future is coming on. I'm happy. Feeling glad. Sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but I belong. The future is coming. Is coming on. So for the people that are joining in, I'm making a phone bag out of tying knots in embroidery floss. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of knots. And I'm trying to get as much as I can done before 1 in the morning. We got like 45 minutes more. Thanks. It's more like pinks. The darker color is I think a plum. Yeah, it's like a pinks. The other colors are sort of rose colored. I'm definitely liking the combination. I made a smaller bracelet with this combination. Turned out pretty cool. Yeah. Because red and green are like opposing colors on the color wheel. So if we get this little area between here and here done, then I think I'd be satisfied enough to take a photo with it. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think this combo is like a very rose sort of theme. John, she was in the chat the last time you were here, and Sylvie, he's the one who posted the bracelets, the finished bracelets, in the work in progress area where you thought they looked pretty cool. So yes, you have met. Yeah. Yeah, he's posted some stuff over on Discord. Yeah, earlier we were talking about the fact that this is about 6 hours worth of work so far. Well, that's not including all the time that Mandy put into making the kumis. Or all the time it took to cut up the string. If I had it my way, somebody would cut string for me. wind it on bobbins.
You could train the geckos.
Yeah, she's pretty good at that stuff. Kind of hard to train the geckos when they run away from me. They won't even let me pet them. You have the disc to make kumis? Because you really need the disc. Like that's the whole trick. Like trying to do it with cardboard and stuff, it sucks. Not worth trying. You want the disc. Like I was saying earlier, it really feels good to be back with double up string. It just feels better. So John, if you're still there, I got a question for you. Do you watch baseball? I'm really curious about something.
Who watches baseball? You don't watch baseball.
I don't. But I was just wondering if Tigers were having like a really good year and that's why they're finally at the MLB store, or if it's just a fluke. because yeah, I don't watch baseball. So are the Detroit Tigers doing good this year or something? Because all the previous times I've stepped into an MLB store, I have not seen anything for Detroit. And then this week, I went into a store and they had a Detroit Tigers hat. And I was just like so happy. Cool. Like I remember, like I think it was '84 that they were untouchable back then. But like, it wasn't me that was into them. It was my girlfriend's parents. Wow. What's LA's team? I'm gonna guess LA may even have more than one. Like typically it's like one per state, but somehow California just has more people that love baseball for some reason. There we go. I went to a game in San Diego. I'm gonna, I'm, I can't even tell you what the teams were, because I was there because afterwards a bunch of oldie bands were there, the Monkeys and the Turtles, and yeah, yeah, just a whole lot of fun hearing the oldies. Most of the whole everybody in the stands just left after the game was over, which felt kind of bad for the team, for the musicians. Felt like, I don't know, like they weren't as good as baseball. Yeah, shades and stuff. Oh.
Amanda on beam.
The balancing thing?
Yep.
Cool. So have they mentioned the fact that they're sisters?
Yes. Yeah.
What's that?
Good routine.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. The Bad Boys. I remember that. And of course, there's the Detroit Lions that have never won a Super Bowl in all their years. But the owner was this really great guy. He didn't care if you weren't winning the title. You know, you're out there, you're doing your best. You know, you did your best. Well, that's good. That's pretty cool. He's like so loyal. As long as they were out there trying really hard, and you know, yeah, that dude was a legend. The guy from Little Caesars Pizza owned the Detroit Lions. Illich. Something Illich. Mike Illich.
Mendes on at the top of the scoreboard for the balance beam so far.
Oh, wow. Mandy's got is that still a cousin when they're the kids of your cousin?
Yeah, my nieces.
Nieces. Mandy's nieces are in competition right now in Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to shift this a bit. Yeah. Detroit Red Wings had a couple back-to-back years as well. They were pretty good. My neighbor got me hooked on watching hockey. For a long time, I didn't understand most of it. It's not as much fun if you don't understand why the game keeps stopping. Yeah, I kind of gave up on following any sports. The hours are weird because of the time zones here. I would have to be up at ridiculous hours to watch games. I just don't care enough to actually commit to that. That's just not me. Yeah, it's pretty cool. When I saw that video, like 10 things you wish you knew, I was like, oh, I should pass that along. The last one though, the last reason that he gave, saying the oldest profession is legal here. I've never been to the neighborhood wherever that is, that's a thing. Most likely what he saw is there are girls here who sort of work for the bar. They're like, but they're sort of also maybe not. And their whole shtick is come sit with me, nice guy, buy me a drink. And they order like the most ridiculous whatevers. And at the end of the night, when you go to pay your tab, you find out that basically you owe hundreds and hundreds of dollars for their drinks. And yeah, they're there just to make the bar a lot of money and make themselves a lot of money. Like they get a cut of it. And they dress up in attire that makes them get noticed. And yeah, it's just to be avoided at all costs. I knew there was some of those bars, like a karaoke lounge thing, kind of close by where we worked. And whenever I'd walk by there, it'd be the, "Hey, mister." I'm like, no, thank you. Yeah. And there's always some lonely guy out there who thinks he's got a shot at one of these girls, ends up spending hours there, and goes home with his wallet drained or his credit card maxed. So not this Sunday, but a week from this Sunday is the hangout. So yeah, that's coming up really quick. We're like a week away. So first Sunday of the month. And so next Saturday is the first. That makes it that Sunday. Yeah. I was just saying earlier in the stream, my Chinese calendar showed that we're already past the halfway point of summer. It was just a couple days ago. It's endless summer here, though, so it doesn't matter to me much. Like it's 28 degrees out right now, which is somewhere in the 80s. I don't know what. Okay, Google, what's 28 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
28 degrees Celsius is equal to 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
82 degrees out right now.
It is 82 degrees Fahrenheit in Yishun right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the humidity that really, really gets you.
It's 28 degrees and cloudy in Yushan with a humidity level of 79%.
Yeah, neither do I. So 78% humidity right now. Yeah, Fahrenheit doesn't make much sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's less the heat that gets us over here. It's the humidity plus heat. Like it just gets so hot that the sweat doesn't come off of you. So your body doesn't like naturally cool down. You just end up being like drippy, sweaty, gross. Yeah, it's the average is mid 70%. I don't know if it was like 73 or 74, but it's yeah. Yeah. But mind you, the longest day of the year is only 30 minutes longer than the shortest day of the year. So we don't have that summer thing where you got a 16-hour day and so it stays so super hot. And then you only have like 8 hours of nighttime or whatever. We don't have that. Yeah. Yeah, the only time it feels really good around here is right after a rain or maybe during the rain. And we get rains, like tropical rains, where it just dumps a few cm of water in like 20, 30 minutes, which is ridiculous. It just comes down so hard and then it's gone. So the part I was hoping to finish, I did. We can add a little bit more to this. Hello, hey, it's Charity. Long time no see. How have you been? Yeah, it has. Many a project have gone by. Like the last I remember from Charity was when the storm came through and damaged the roof.
Yeah, I think it's been a couple of seasons since.
Yeah. Um, John, probably not. Just, well, he was hanging out back around the time when you were a member, I think. Maybe. So maybe it's a possibility. But that was a long time ago too. Aw. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mendy was right. It's been a few typhoon seasons have gone by since then. Wow. Doing good. Doing good. Keeping busy. Got the channel monetized, making a little bit of money, trying to get members because I don't make much from the ads. So we have that little join button next to subscribe, which is like $5. But I'd be really curious as to how much it says it is for you because I don't know anybody in the Philippines have checked it for me because it's like it's different prices depending on the currency. So I'd be really curious as to what it says for you. It's like $4 in the US, but I don't know what it's going to be because you guys have pesos, right? taking a minute. Anyways, well, while we're waiting to hear that, I'm going to quick thank my YouTube members who helped make all this stuff possible. We recently had to do the websites, like paying for it for a year, and then we also had the editor. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Charity. Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock here, so we're winding down for the night. But yeah, no, I'm glad you made it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So next, not this Sunday, not tomorrow, but a week from Sunday is the members hangout. Everybody's welcome to come and join us and chat. It's always fun. If anybody's free tomorrow, wants to chat, I can possibly do that because my plan is to mostly play video games. So thanks for hanging out with us. Did I forget anything, sweetheart? I don't think so. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.